And a good afternoon from Black Mountain, North Carolina, on a 49-degree, mostly sunny afternoon. It's time for the NSCAA TV National Game of the Week, featuring the Montreat Cavaliers and the Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies. Hi, everybody. My name is Chris Sheeman. Welcome to Black Mountain, North Carolina, on a beautiful fall afternoon. Joining me to my right is Matt Mahoney. And Matt getting set for what should be an entertaining contest today.
Should be a great day, Chris. Somehow or another, the internet and Twitter did not explode the last time you and I were on air, so the NAI allowed us to be back here. And what a beautiful setting, a beautiful day for soccer.
Well, this is, as I mentioned, the NSCAA TV Game of the Week presented by Turbo Sports and Admiral Soccer as well. Had a chance to talk with both coaches before today's matchup to get their thoughts, and we're going to hear what each coach has to say right now.
It's going to take a fast start. Montreat's 4-2 at home. They're very good at home. It's little home cooking. The surface is not perfect, and they've been on it. They know how to play it, and you see in their games they like to make it difficult on opponents, and so we've got to get off to a fast start. We've got to take our chances, take them to get them early, but be a bit more persistent, and if things aren't going our way, just make sure we keep doing what we're supposed to defensively, not have those lapses. And being a young team, that's one of the things we're still trying to develop, is that mentality for 90 minutes. And so hopefully today we come out and do the job like we're supposed to.
Coach?
Well, first of all, they're obviously a very worthy opponent. They've got some great results coming into this game. We definitely believe they're going to be one of the tougher opponents we face this season, so we've definitely taken a lot of time to prepare for that with a disciplined defensive mindset, and certainly when we have the ball, we're looking to move it quickly and have lots of dynamic movement off the ball as well.
Well, folks, if you think you might have a pro soccer future in your career, the third annual Turbo's Pro Soccer Combine is coming up December 10th through the 13th in beautiful Charleston, South Carolina. You see the graphic there on your screen. All you have to do is head over to turbosportsgroup.com to sign up for that. Chase does a nice job with that each and every year. And once again, turbosportsgroup.com is where you want to go for that. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back, bring you the starters as we get set for the Grizzlies and Cavaliers from Black Mountain when we come back.
Hello, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Our administrators, coaches, and staff are proud to be one of the newest members in the NAIA. We aim to uphold the NAIA Champions of Character principles by promoting a positive climate for growth while fostering relationships within Georgia Gwinnett College, Lawrenceville, and Gwinnett County. In addition, we embrace our core values for the Grizzly Athletic Department: sportsmanship, leadership, service, responsibility, and pursuing excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. Go Grizzlies.
The new fall flooring styles are here, and we've got them on sale now at Lumber Liquidators. Save on new hand-scraped and exotic hardwood, bamboo, laminate, and more. Choose from 53 floors under $2 a square foot. Don't wait. Sales going on now at Lumber Liquidators.
Hey, Missy. Sorry I'm late.
That's okay. I just don't want you boys to be late for your big game. Okay, have fun. I'll be right here after the game.
Continental Tire, the official tire of Major League Soccer.
The broadcast of this match presented by Turbo Sports Group Productions, Innovative Sports Development. This game is a part of the Turbo National Game of the Week series presented by the NSCAA and Admiral Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Chris Sheeman, Matt Mahoney getting set for Georgia Gwinnett and Montreat. Georgia Gwinnett comes in at 10-4. Montreat 6-6-1. Let's meet the starters. You see them on the screen for the Cavaliers. The keeper is number 1, Lucas Carvalho. The defense, number 2, Cody LaBelle. Number 4, Vijay Gadhana. And number 6, Stefan Katsinelli, as well as number 38, Iobame Iomeda. The midfielders for Montreat this afternoon, number 7, Lewis Jones. Number 14, Gavin Nishaw. Number 16, Silas Alves. And number 25, Urza White. And the striker up front in this 4-2-3-1 is number 11, Dylan McFarland. For Georgia Gwinnett, now the keeper, number 1, Lewis Sharp. And the back line, number 2, Jose Figueroa. Number 6, Alex Joseph. Number 7, Stuart Morrison. And number 22, Patrick DaCosta. Midfielders, number 16, German Rodriguez. Number 17, Rene Inang. And number 19, Juan Giraldo. And the strikers up front in the 4-3-3 is number 11, David Burke. Number 12, Johan Sanchez. And number 15, Ibra Sissoko. So that's the starters as I bring in Mr. Matt Mahoney. Matt, both of these teams, I know you're pretty familiar with Georgia Gwinnett, but both of these teams come in with a little something to prove here on this national stage today.
Absolutely, Chris. Montreat, this is their biggest game of the year. The festivities that's going on, senior day beforehand, Turbo Sports Group showing up, the NSCAA TV Game of the Week. Montreat knows what's on the line here today, their biggest game. For Georgia Gwinnett here, stay hot. An independent team doesn't have a conference tournament to fall back on. They will compete in the Associative Independence Institutions tournament with a chance to go to the national tournament, but they really need to keep the ball rolling here on a 3-game winning streak.
Georgia Gwinnett 4-1 so far this season, Matt, against the Appalachian Athletic Conference, and a middle-of-the-pack team for Montreat, so a winnable game here on the road. But you have some field conditions, which Coach talked about in the pregame, and the Cavaliers are a little more familiar with playing on this surface.
We might as well play this game in a concrete parking lot. That's how hard this surface is. So rightfully so, one way or the other, a very hard surface. It cannot play true sometimes. So the key today, I think, Chris, is going to be your first touch. Whoever has the first touch, who can settle and distribute, settle and shoot, settle and pick their head up. If you can win your first touches, the team that has better first touches here is probably going to be the team that's going to be successful. On the Montreat side of things, they're going to have to deal with Georgia Gwinnett's speed. And so conditions can be a part of that. Can the conditions slow down GGC and control the first touch? It's things we're going to look forward to today.
You can put your jacket on, by the way, now. You're off the camera. Nobody's looking at you now. Go ahead and get dressed. Matt Mahoney and Chris Sheeman happy to be with you here today. As I mentioned, if you're just joining us, 49 degrees and mostly sunny skies today. The sun's kept things pretty warm. It's been chilly in western North Carolina here as fall has given us a rude awakening, but beautiful conditions here today as both of these teams face off here in the late season. The Grizzlies, NAIA member in the Associate of Independence, and as for Montreat, as I mentioned, they're from the Appalachian Athletic Conference. So both of the teams being announced, you could see them on your screen. And Matt, Georgia, the Grizzlies, fairly new program. I mean, I have leftovers in my fridge that are older than the Grizzlies athletic program.
GGC, absolutely. Second year of athletic existence. First year of eligibility in the NAI, which means they can compete for the postseason. That is what they've put all of their eggs into their basket, trying to get to an opening round site and perhaps making it to Montgomery, Alabama for the national tournament. And so a lot of changes, and everything's bright and brand new in Lawrenceville. And so they have the distinct pleasure of traveling to a lot of their games because not being in a conference, they have difficulty lining games up. And so that's why you see a non-conference game like this for Montreat this late in the season. Probably a no-no for most coaches around the country, but when you can get a quality opponent like Georgia Gwinnett to come to your location, Montreat's on board.
Well, sometimes I forget how smart you are. You wouldn't tell by looking at you, but you're a very smart guy, Matt Mahoney.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate the invite today, too, bud.
So, I'm glad you're here. Believe me, I'm glad you're here. Coming up a little bit later, we're going to give Matt a little bit of a break so he can check on his Miami football score. And we're going to talk with Montreat Athletic Director Craig Jackson. That'll come up here in the first half, in the first 45, in the second 45. It'll be John Sullivan who joins me, the commissioner of the Appalachian Athletic Conference, so stick around for that. Folks, we have 18, minus the United States, different nations being represented out on the pitch between both of these teams combined. And I know you're out there watching us. Wherever you're watching us from, please let us know. Give us a shout-out on Twitter. Use the hashtag NSCAATV. You can see I've got the party started a little bit in the pregame. So say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. And we look forward to talking to you folks during this game, which should be an entertaining game. Montreat has had a tough go of late, 2-8 since winning or drawing level in 5 of their first 6 matches. You see them on your screen in the home white. With the blue numbering and lettering Georgia Gwinnett, the Grizzlies are in the green.
Quick note, Chris, Georgia Gwinnett without 2 of their starters here tonight. Rude Grohl, one of their center backs, has been held out because of injury. The other, their target forward up top, and S.E. Aburume, want to send our well wishes and prayers to the Aburume family. Father passed away this week, did not make the travels. I know S.E. is tuned in and care about his Grizzlies. S.E., we wish the best for you and your family, bud. Wish you were here.
Getting set to kick off now, Montreat will possess first, and
I believe that's a 5-yard penalty.
We're going to try that again, I guess.
Back him up and repeat the down.
All right, here we go. Oh, maybe the third time will be the charm.
Back-to-back false start penalties. First time ever in soccer.
Interesting. All right, here we go. Montreat, first possession. McFarland plays it back. Got Hannah with the ball on the far side of your screen. This is Jones leaving it. Now it's taken back by the Grizzlies. Header by Lloyd now. White giving it a run. Good defense by the Grizzlies. That's been their M.O. this season, Matt.
It has been. Stuart Morrison getting that start at center back in place of Rude Grohl. His first start of the season. Has appeared in a handful of games so far this year, but I'm really looking forward to seeing Stuart Morrison out here playing right next to Alex Joseph. Should be a strong defense that it's been throughout the course of the season. 5 shutouts for the Grizzlies, and Lewis Sharp, the man underneath the post, that makes that happen.
This is Figueroa on the near side. Ball to Geraldo, and that will go out of play. Nice save, Mr. Mahoney.
Thank you, sir. I was an athlete in my day, but those days are long gone.
Figueroa will throw. Let's head it up by Iomeda. Still a chance, though. Still danger for the Grizzlies. That's a shot, a little dribbler. Comes to the keeper, Carvalho.
I tell you, most people would see that shot and think that's just a half effort to try to put something on goal. But because of the surface they're playing out there, you never know what could happen right in front of the goalkeeper, hop right past them, and that could be the difference in the game today.
Carvalho, 1.12 goals against average, has stopped 81% of the shots that he has faced this season for his career. 39 games played, 1.53 goals against average overall. He stopped 77% of the chances. Good defense again by the Grizzlies here to win possession back. Again, Figueroa. Now it's left back to Joseph. Rodriguez. Now Geraldo. Geraldo with a good run. There's a touch for Sissoko. And Montreat trying to win it back. Figueroa staying aggressive.
I like Montreat's plan of attack here already. They've done their homework. They've done their scouting. They're trying to funnel the Grizzlies to the middle of the field. They don't want the athletes for Georgia Gwinnett to get out on the flanks, get down to the corner flags, and get those crosses in. So when you see a green shirt possess the ball, watch Montreat trying to funnel them away from the perimeter right down the heart of the defense. That's somewhat unconventional, so to speak, but it's the way to nullify the Grizzlies' speed.
Well, we have our first Twitter fan saying hello. Jim White watching from Hawaii. You know, just by saying you're watching from Hawaii, you're bragging about the weather. It is much better there. I don't know that for sure, but I'm guessing.
I'll bet on that, too.
Hi, Jim. Thanks for saying hello and checking in from Hawaii. Aloha. Aloha. Gave a little North Carolina accent on the aloha there. Once again, you can say hello to us on Twitter. Just use the hashtag NSCAATV. Deliberate run by McFarland. Plays it back now to Carvalho. We are in minute number 4, 0-0, just underway. Both these teams working themselves into the match. Chris Sheeman, Matt Mahoney, happy to be with you here today. Good run by Jones. Now the defender Rodriguez closes on him. Jones, ball into the box, and one bounce. It's taken by the keeper, Sharp.
If I had my John Madden pen here, Chris, I'm circling number 10. Benjamin Lloyd from Montreat, only 5'10", 170-pound senior. The fellow from England does a fantastic job with the ball at his feet. Almost a surgeon putting that ball on frame. Grizzlies must identify where he's at all times.
Good passing by the Grizzlies here now is Geraldo. Now Sanchez leaves it at center circle. Long run for Rodriguez, who will chase it down. Rodriguez, very deliberate right now are the Grizzlies, looking to penetrate through the defense.
And again, Montreat trying to compact things just a little bit here to negate the speed for the Grizzlies. It'll make things somewhat rough at times, like you said, being deliberate with the passes, Chris.
Well, ambitious effort by Nang there. That goes out of play for a goal kick.
When do I get to plug Renee's YouTube clip, Chris?
Oh, all right. Get it out of the way.
Renee and Nang, one of the most glorious goals you'll see at the collegiate level. Get on the Grizzly Digital Network there. Get on YouTube. Just search Renee and Nang, Georgia Gwinnett, any of the above, and see 25,000 YouTube hits in 2 days, Chris. Phenomenal goal by Renee.
Well, Alves almost had an opportunity there. It's won by Montreat on the far side. Good ball for Lloyd. Lloyd into the box. Leaves it for Jones. Jones puts it just a little bit off.
What do you know? The man that starts it all. Beautiful ball into the box is Benjamin Lloyd, one of the AAC Players of the Week honors so far this season. He's a phenomenal guy with the ball in his right foot. He got it there, and it wasn't for Lewis Sharp. This game would already be 1-0.
I think if you stack one of me on top of another one of me, Lewis Sharp would still be taller.
Yeah.
As it is, though, Montreat winning the corner on the far side of your screen into the box. It's headed up and back by the defender for the Grizzlies, David Burke. Lewis Sharp, 1.13 goals against average this season. 69% of the shots that he has faced, he has shut down. So on the near side now, it will be, I believe, Lloyd to take the corner. It's deflected, and it is cleared. Still opportunity for Montreat. Good ball by LaBelle. Can they make something happen with it, though? A clear by Sharp as he hits the deck. A foul is called. And that will give the Grizzlies a free kick.
A little late to the party there was Cornelli. Lewis with a nice clearance here. Lewis, a freshman, and that doesn't even describe how young he is. Literally came to America at 17 years old, a couple of weeks before preseason camp started. Turned 18 during preseason camp, and so he literally grows by the game as his confidence continued to ooze. We saw the great save here early.
This is Sanchez. Sanchez facing some tough defense. A foul is called, though, and a free kick from center circle. Look at this, Matt. We got Jim White bragging now about the weather. He took a screen capture, 81 degrees in Hawaii where he's watching from. Once again, folks, the hashtag NSCAATV is how you want to talk to us and give us a shout out there.
I prefer not to look at that tweet.
I like fall weather. I'll take it. I'll take this any day. Hannah with a nice header there.
I think I'll prefer Hawaiian weather over it all.
This is Alves winning it. And that's going to go right back to the keeper, Sharp, who makes the easy play, top of the box.
Right idea for Montreat there. Lewis Jones had a touch on his right foot there, right in front of Stuart Morrison, the new guy for Georgia Gwinnett. And just couldn't quite put it exactly where he wanted to. Good effort there for Montreat.
Geraldo. Good run by Rodriguez. Ball on the far side. And it's won by LaBelle. I thought LaBelle was going to clear. That was an excellent ball. McFarland. Back into the possession of the Grizzlies now. DaCosta on the far side. Bad ball that Montreat picks up. Nishaw there with a touch. And that's going to go out of play for a Grizzlies throw. Hello to Ellis Jones as well, watching from, I don't know, they just used the hashtag. They didn't want to, they're shy. They didn't want to say too much. So
maybe he's somewhat a fan of Lewis Jones, we're guessing?
Maybe. That is played back. Defender Katzinelli will clear. Both of these teams are coming off. Well, Georgia Gwinnett has spent a lot of time here on the road. This is for Georgia Gwinnett, the Grizzlies. They're 4th of 5 in a row on the road.
The entire month of October, not spent in Lawrenceville, on the road, covering more than 5 states on the schedule this season. And it's just part of the territory that comes with being an independent team in the NAI.
Hello to Aaron Medlin, watching the Cavaliers from Davis. I don't know where Davis is. I have to go through the roster to find out who's from Davis. Do some research. Get busy over there.
Okay.
Goal kick upcoming. Let's head it around a bit. 10th minute. Rodriguez again trying to make something happen. Nobody's home, though, and the ball goes back to the keeper, Carvalho. DaCosta now. This is Burke. Tough defense by Iomeda. Now for Figueroa, Sanchez. Now to Figueroa. Figueroa, good ball on the 1-2. Looking back for Sanchez into the box. And it's cleared out again. Good defense by the Cavaliers there.
Yeah, great job to step in front of that pass intended for Anang there. I believe it was a backside Cavalier defender stepped in front of Anang on a great play.
That ball goes out of play. It'll be a throw again for the Grizzlies. So the Grizzlies so far maintaining possession, winning the possession battle, I should say, here in this first 11 minutes.
And I think Montreat's okay with that because you haven't seen a Grizzly get to 4th or 5th gear just yet, and so they're compacting things in, staying behind the ball. The Grizzlies have seen this already the year, a defeat from Reinhardt. Reinhardt literally parked the bus, kind of a rope-a-dope defense, and stole a victory away from the Grizzlies 2-1 in overtime. And so that's exactly what the blueprint that Montreat has right here from what Reinhardt did against the Grizzlies earlier this year.
Well, Figueroa tried for the cross there. Nothing doing, though. We have Sierra from Chicago. Oh, one of my favorite cities in the world, Chicago. I love you, Chicago. Hello, Sierra. And Ellis Jones watching from Liverpool. That ball's coming towards us, and it's going to bounce up and go out of play. It'll be a throw upcoming now for the Cavaliers.
Nice pass there by Craig Jackson, AD here at Montreat. He can handle the ball in his hand. Women's basketball coach here for the Cavaliers. On hand is doing his AD jobs.
Iomeda, now McFarland. To center circle, this is Nishaw. Lloyd, Nishaw again, leaving it over on the far side, and DaCosta will watch it go out of play and get a throw. Ellis Jones, as I said, from Liverpool. I always wonder what it sounds like in American broadcasting soccer to somebody who's watching it in England. It's got to be a bizarre thing.
I would imagine it's similar to a young kid calling a college football game.
Well, first of all, I messed up by calling it soccer. That was mistake number 1. Alves, good sliding clear on that by Sanchez, I believe. A little tricky to see those numbers. We're at field level here today, so over in that far corner there, I'm going to give it my best shot.
You may be at field level, Chris.
I'm below field level. Short joke. That is low. That is low. Throw up coming now for LaBelle. At center circle, McFarland. Well, looks like Urza White gave it a go, but couldn't get a foot on it. And it's won back now by the Grizzlies. Grizzlies 4-3-3. Montreat's 4-2-3-1. Georgia Gwinnett 10-4. 4-1, as I mentioned, if you're just joining us, against the conference that Montreat plays in, which is the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Good run by Lloyd now. Lloyd keeping it, and it's finally cleared. Still danger, though, if you're a Grizzly fan. Ball into the box, that's headed out. Good defense by Joseph. Now across, that's deflected. And that ball goes out of play, so the Grizzlies winning another throw.
Great sequence there by Montreat. Lloyd was able to get not his first touch, second touch, but third touch really within his body. Was able to beat Joseph, beat Morrison too, but then his fourth touch just too long and unable to get to. But a great sequence there by Montreat. They got to like, I definitely would love to think that Coach Knapp likes that sequence there for the Cavs.
For the Grizzlies, Sanchez at center circle leaves it on the near side. Rodriguez trying to get the ball in, headed out by Godhanna. And Montreat wins it again. Long ball by Jones. That's going to roll all the way back to the keeper. Head coach Steve DeCoux, what has he done for the Grizzlies? 16-2-3 last year. He showed up January 2nd, 2012, and he's gone 26-6-3 overall at Georgia Gwinnett, and had 8 months to put the program together. Got some transfers, got some JUCO kids that he saw promise in, and boy, what a job he's done so far.
And I tell you, Chris, if those of you familiar with the NAI, Steve came from Belhaven, who just won the national championship last year. So Steve may not get a national championship ring, but very much a part of that Belhaven program that built them to what they were last year. Obviously, he was with the Grizzlies last season, not as an NAI member, but Belhaven winning an NAI national championship last year. So Steve kind of laid the foundation, perhaps the blueprint that he's carried over from one green team to another.
A free kick upcoming right now for the Grizzlies. DeCoux also coaching at Trinity Christian for 3 years, Huntington College for 4 years. Conference Coach of the Year in 2010 and 2008. Steve DeCoux overall has won 145 games against 98 losses and 17 draws.
Don't know if you get a plaque for 150 career wins, but nonetheless, something to hang your hat on when you go home at night. So Coach DeCoux rapidly approaching that number.
Geraldo is going to take the free kick. It's a low dribbler that the keeper is able to win Carvalho.
I believe we're going to have a foul and a penalty kick here, Chris.
What did we have inside? Was it a handball? Couldn't see in the maze exactly what happened.
Yeah, they're talking.
It is a handball.
Yeah.
So a handball gives a penalty shot and an opportunity now for the road team. Enang will take the penalty. Rene Enang, 7 goals on the season.
And has not attempted a penalty kick this season.
So first opportunity for Enang and Georgia Gwinnett to get on the board here. Enang running start at it, puts it in the back of the net, and Georgia Gwinnett takes a 1-0 lead here in the 17th minute.
Chris,
what happened now?
Another false start. The first two of the game against Montreat, this one could be most costly versus Rene. This is a huge psychological battle right here. Enang went with his strength low into his right. Does he go there again, thinking the keeper may go that way?
Oh, off the post, ball still alive, and trying to fire it in, Rodriguez. So Montreat with a break there. Figueroa, though, still to Sanchez now. Sanchez looking to make a move around Iameda. And it's won back by the Cavaliers. And a foul will be called there, a late whistle, but the correct call is made. Boy, that's a tough sequence there if you're Georgia Gwinnett.
Just looking at Coach DeCoux having a conversation with one of his players. They were waiting for a whistle, waiting for some sort of indication, and it seems as if Renee blew the gun. And so he did indeed go with plan B off the crossbar. Tip your hat, though, to Montreat's goalkeeper there, reigning AAC Player of the Week there. And Carvalho elected to go with Renee's strength. If Renee was going to go back to low and right, he was going to stop it. Renee went with plan B and missed off the crossbar.
Casanelli's free kick goes out of play. It'll be a throw again for the Grizzlies. That was headed.
Ball on you.
And that's going to go out. Oh, don't knock our power cords out over there. Folks, if we go dark for a minute, we'll be back. Iomeda with the throw. Plays it now off the foot of McFarland.
Chair is in my way. I would have had that one.
Well, I mentioned an international flair to both of these rosters for Montreat. 9 different nations represented. 10 different for the Grizzlies from Montreat, 3 from England, 2 Germany, and 2 from Brazil. We also have El Salvador, South Africa, Scotland, Australia, Jamaica, and Nigeria.
Chris, doesn't matter what program you're at, especially at the NAI level. Coach Knapp, obviously first-year head coach for Montreat. If you want to be successful at the NAI level, you must bring that international flavor. A little bit looser guidelines, the NAI versus the NCAA, and where you come from and how to get to America using those visas and using those eligibility rules. So you will see a ton of international student athletes at that national championship in Montgomery, Alabama in the first week of December.
Heather Mruck saying hello and wishing the Grizzlies well. And we're happy to be here for this NSCAA TV Game of the Week. It's the Game of the Week, but we actually have a doubleheader going on. So you can actually be watching 2 games at once right now if you're soccer crazy or football crazy.
Nice.
I don't know who the other announcers are, but I guarantee we're going to have more fun. So you might want to mute them and keep us on. Do you know who's doing the other game?
Not a clue.
I might get an angry email. What is the other game? I had it written down somewhere. We have
Hannibal LaGrange in Columbia?
Yeah, that's a good one as well. So 2 games simultaneously going on. You can flip back and forth, give us a break, however you want to do it. Right now, the Cavaliers controlling. And this is a run by Giraldo into the box. It's a low ball. Kept. Nice shot by Sanchez. Better save. Still alive, though. Sanchez with the header. And that will go for a goal kick. So danger averted there as Matt Mahoney steps aside for a minute, and I welcome in Montreat Athletic Director Craig Jackson. Hi, Craig. Thanks for coming on today.
Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Well, so far, team escaping things a little bit, holding firm at 0-0 here as we get about midway through this first half. What do you think about the game so far?
I'm just glad we dodged that bullet. That was kind of a nice opportunity to have a second chance to knock that away, so we're excited about it.
Tell us a little bit about Montreat for those watching who may not know a lot about the school in general.
Well, I mean, as you can see right now, it's a beautiful place to play soccer. Our field's in our 2nd year of rehab. I think one more year this is going to be one of the best places in this area of the country to play soccer. You've got the beautiful school nestled right here in the mountains next to Asheville, North Carolina, and it's an outstanding small Christian liberal arts school. And we're really proud of our athletic department and proud of what our kids turn out here on a daily basis.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but Billy Graham, a contributor here.
Billy Graham lives, as soon as you drive in the gates in Montreat, his home is just up to the left up on the top of the mountains. And then, of course, the Cove, which is Billy Graham's training center, is just right here as well. So we've been blessed to have his presence here for a long time in this valley. And again, we're really excited about where this athletic department and this soccer program in particular is headed.
Good run by Lloyd for Montreat now, and unfortunately nobody home to help him out there over on that far corner, so it's 1 back by the Grizzlies. 22nd minute, we're still at 0-0. Craig Jackson, Montreat Athletic Director, joining me. So tell us a little bit about athletics at Montreat. What kind of difficulties do you guys run into or advantages or opportunities maybe for being a small Christian College?
Well, I think the challenges are getting the word out. I think it's probably the biggest one. We're not particularly big, but we play, athletics. We play on a very high level here. A lot of our programs will play Division I exhibition games every year, and we compete really well with not only NAI opponents, but Division II opponents that are local as well. So our biggest challenge probably is just getting the word out about the competitiveness. But I think the advantages we have is we don't get kids on campus that don't want to come here once they get on campus. It's nestled right here outside, up against the mountains right outside of Asheville. The campus is beautiful. Obviously, we're not particularly big, so it's a great place for someone to get a solid education and also excel at their sport at the same time. So we've got currently about 270 athletes. Not only do we have varsity programs, but we have junior varsity programs in just about every sport as well. So it's an exciting time for us.
Morrison for Gwinnett had a touch on it, but unable to capitalize. And for Montreat, that will go out of play for a goal kick. Ambitious effort there. Craig Jackson joining me. So, yeah, you mentioned a little bit about some of the other programs or in some of the other institutions in this area. I was kind of shocked to realize how many different colleges are in the areas at D1, D2, NAIA, NSCAA, or whatever combinations of letters that you want to come up with. So there's a lot, and I know Coach Knapp came from Mars Hill, which is a little bit north and west of here, and what a find for you guys there. He came on as an assistant last year and able to take over the helm this year.
Yeah, no, we're really pleased with the direction of the program. This is a proud program that's won a couple conference championships. We went through some difficulty, some coaching changes, and then also I think we kind of had a little cloud over the program for a while with the passing of Howard Fisher, the field's namesake, and he was such a big part of this program, a big part on campus that may have set us back a little bit as well, but it's I think Coach Knapp has got his head in the right direction. I really like the makeup of our kids. We've got a good international and national mix. We've got some great student athletes. They do a ton of service projects outside of their sport season. I love the way that they compete, the way that they represent our athletic department at all times, and so I'm really excited about where his program's headed. We just finished up a women's game. They're coming off a NAI national tournament appearance and an AAC conference championship as well. So I think soccer's in good shape for us. We're probably going to move next year and make this a game field only because we're going to be adding lacrosse, men's and women's as well. And so I think we're going to be developing some new practice facilities for them down here too. So it's a good time to be a part of this, not only athletic department, but soccer in particular.
Sissoko plays it into the box. Rodriguez fires it, and that will go over the post and out of play for a goal kick. So the Grizzlies applying some pressure here, and Craig, we'll let you go here, but thanks for joining us. And if people want to know more about Montreat, why don't you tell them how they can do that?
It's montreat.edu or it's montreatcavaliers.com. We've got an outstanding website, and again, I think when you take a look at what we have to offer, I think the people here are obviously very pleased to be here, and we're excited to get kids from all over, not only the country, but all over the world as well. So thank you very much for having us, and welcome.
Craig Jackson, everybody. We'll bring in Mr. Mahoney here in just a moment just to settle things back in here. 25th minute, still at 0-0. Grizzlies with some opportunities. Montreat also with a chance while we were talking with Craig Jackson. But so far, Matt, the defenses are holding firm here.
Yeah, Montreat's going to go with his first sub here, and I got a clue where they're going here. I don't know if the official's going to let him step on the field or not here, but Montreat is definitely getting some guys in open space. Yeah, absolutely. They're going to make some subs on the outside midfield position here, try to get a little bit better possession here, and try to create some more opportunities for Lloyd up top as well as Jones. This is two great subs by Coach Knapp.
So Evan Allen, the senior 5'3", 155 pounds from South Euclid, Ohio, comes on. Also coming on, Julio I knew I was going to mess this one up. Cuya, the senior from El Salvador. And that will be a free kick coming for Georgia Gwinnett. Georgia Gwinnett made some subs while I was talking to Craig Jackson, and we'll get to those as soon as we can as well. Don't want to forget anybody. All right, now with possession, that's Stuart Morrison. So with a touch there was Callum Morty. He has come on, the freshman from Sutherland, England. 1 goal and 1 assist on the season so far for him. Again, Montreat. That's Allen able to get it away.
Other sub that stepped on there, Chris, was Martin Lugo, GGC's leading goal scorer. That's one of the benefits for Coach Ducou. A couple of injuries, a couple of guys coming back, including Lugo. And how nice would it be for any coach for your leading goal scorer to come off the bench in a situation like this?
Yeah, not too shabby if you have the room to work with. Not a lot of teams have the depth that it takes to pull that off. Logan Josie, hello to you, watching from Augusta, Georgia, as a hopeful player for Georgia Gwinnett. You'll be getting to know Matt Mahoney very well, unfortunately for you, Logan, if you do decide that the Grizzlies are the place for you. And Sierra is DaCosta's mom. And we have some other friends and family watching from Fort Lauderdale. Again, if you'd like to chat with us on Twitter, give us a shout-out. Use the hashtag NSCAATV.
Technology is killing me right now, Chris. I've tried to tweet the entire Craig Jackson interview, and I haven't been able to pull it off just yet.
Well, don't forget, you can also follow Turbo Sports on Twitter at Turbo Sports. You can stay up to date with everything soccer and more on TSG's social media handle for information regarding games and more. Boy, a little tug on the jersey that wasn't called there as Rodriguez has a nice run, leaves it on the near side. Sissoko in the box battling against Iomeda, and that will go out of play for a goal kick. So we've talked to Craig Jackson. Coming up in the second half, John Sullivan, the commissioner for the Appalachian Athletic Conference, will join us. And, boy, a bad goal kick there by Carvalho as that goes right out of play in a quick throw upcoming from Figueroa, and that goes off the foot of Sissoko. So back-to-back miscues for both sides as we stay at 0-0 here, approaching minute number 30. Kershim and Matt Mahoney, happy to be with you here this afternoon. Jones, a run by Allen. Can he get there in time? There first DaCosta. And DaCosta will clear over near the stands. Montreat season so far for them, they opened strong, winning or drawing level in 5 of the first 6 matches. A tough go since then at 2-8 record in the last 10. All 6 losses this season. How about this, Matt? By 1 goal. All the games played by Montreat have been decided by 2 goals or less. The only exception to that, I hate to say
That's
it,
your group.
Warren Wilson losing at 7-0. That's my home base.
And I think it shows what Montreat is capable of. They're battle-tested. They know how to play in these close games. They're not overwhelmed by anybody, even if it is GGC today or Bryan, who they've beat already this season, probably the best team in the AAC. They're not overwhelmed by anybody. They're used to playing in these close games.
Over on the far side, Gwinnett trying to make something happen, and we have another foul called, which will give a free kick to the Cavaliers. Cavaliers, as Matt mentioned, 0-1 against the top 25, losing to then number 25 Bryan College 1-0 on September 28th. That's the NAIA poll. Bryan has since dropped out of that poll. Sissoko, good defense by the Cavaliers there. That was Kuya who won the ball. Now Nishaw over on the far side. This is Jones. And it's won back now by the Grizzlies. Rodriguez at center circle. Rodriguez with the ball that's taken back by McFarland. McFarland, nice little run for him now. He's turning it into a long run. McFarland, nifty footwork to get to the top of the box and runs out of real estate there as it's cleared by Milano. Rodriguez. Which team is going to get some space here is really going to be the key. Nishaw again.
Really impressed with GGC's first touch here. Montreat obviously used to the condition. They've done a good job possessing the ball here, but perhaps GGC might have been prepared for this game, having just traveled to Truett McConnell, who also has a very rock-hard, uneven type playing surface as the ball may not have bounced the Grizzlies' way. A 2-1 win, but learning from those balls not bouncing your way may have prepared them for this contest here against Montreat.
Minute 32, still at 0-0. Grizzlies have had possession for a good portion of this first half.
And, you know, outside of the penalty kick, which is a gift from the referees, whichever side of the fence you're on here, in terms of live play, I would have to say Montreat has had a better goal-scoring opportunity than GGC has in this contest.
Figueroa, now Sissoko battling. Leaves it for Rodriguez.
Bad first touch.
Morty, a little trouble with that. Allen again, trying for a run, and DaCosta is there. And that's going to be a foul.
Wouldn't be surprised if some plastic shows up here afterwards too as well. Definitely beat on the perimeter was DaCosta. Took down the guy by the ankles on the back, or excuse me, Morrison with the ankles on the backside there, and so Stu is going to be booked here early.
So the yellow card shown to Morrison, and that gives Montreat an opportunity here on the set piece. Nishaw will, I thought he was going to take the free kick. Now he'll give way. Coming up at halftime, stick around. We'll have first half highlights of the first 45. Can't see the number, so I don't know who's taking the free kick over on that far side.
I believe it's Lloyd.
I'm going to trust you on that one.
And I'd be wrong.
Ball into the box, and that will go wide left for a goal kick.
Off the right foot of McFarland there, Chris.
There we go. So it was McFarland who took that free kick. And as it is, it's a goal kick for Lewis Sharp. Sharp from Newcastle, England. We talked about Montreat having an international flair. Georgia Gwinnett with 10 different nations represented other than the United States. 2 players from England. We talked about Lewis Sharp being one of those players. Also Morty from Sutherland, England. Argentina, Cameroon, Colombia, Dominican Republic, Guatemala, Honduras, Netherlands, Norway, and Scotland all represented. Overall, on the pitch today, 18 different nations, at least on the rosters of both of these clubs combined. For Georgia Gwinnett coming on, Martin Lugo, the sophomore from Lawrenceville, Georgia. You saw him with the header moments ago. This is a good run by Lugo. Lugo top of the box. Defender sliding in. I'm going to make the play, and Lugo fires it just wide right of the post.
That's why Martin Lugo is the team's leading scorer. He can create in one-on-one situations, got to his left foot, beat a second defender, and just pushed it wide of the post. That's why he has 8 goals on the season right there, looking for number 9.
The sophomore, 8 goals, 4 assists on the year. For his 2-year career, 19 goals and 8 assists. So not a bad start. He's still got 2 more years for.
2 previous subs that just stepped on here, Chris, are 2 guys that I really don't know a whole lot about here, and looking forward to what they got. Talked about in the absence of Rome up top, so kind of moving up the depth chart is Matute coming off the bench from the aforementioned Argentina, like you said, Chris. He's going to play the right striker position. Not a whole lot of minutes on the season, so this will be 100% experience for number 5.
Matute with a touch there. Also coming on, Andres Milano, the senior from Colombia, has 1 assist on the season.
This is his role on the team, coming off here, giving somebody an extended halftime, but Milano is just he's not a role player. He's not a reserve. He is an absolute player, too. He would be a starter on most other teams that we've played so far this season. So a great another asset for Coach Deku coming off the bench.
Depth is everything, especially this time of the year as injuries come in. That's a nice clear by Katzenelli for the Cavaliers. They go all the way out to the warm-up area. Folks, once again, you can chat with us on Twitter. Give us a shout-out. Use the hashtag NSCAA TV.
Did I do that right?
You did.
Thank you.
How about that? Figueroa, that was a little dribbler, no trouble for the keeper, Lucas Carvalho there.
Starting to learn how to twit. Is that how you say it?
No, you are a twit.
Thank
you need to learn how to tweet.
Thank you. I do have a couple of tweets, though. You included. You're one of my tweeps, right?
No, I'm not. Yes, I am.
You're not a
think
tweeper?
I am. I think I am. I'm a tweeper. The Matt Mahoney English Language Dictionary is available for $19.99 plus shipping and handling.
All refunds will be 100% rewarded.
Oh, I miss working with you.
It's been too long.
It has been.
Or maybe it hasn't been long enough, depending on who you are.
Well, I know my aspirin bottle depleted the last time we worked together, but it's replaced now, so I'm ready to go again. Figueroa, a ball to Milano. Milano leaving it on the near side. Trying to give it a run is Matute, and that is cleared out. So Matute with a quick throw. That goes right into the box and again is cleared. Rodriguez. Still opportunity for Georgia Gwinnett. How big would a goal here be? Milano tried for the header, and it was cleared. And on the slide, McFarland
This
clears.
is my favorite thing to talk about, Chris, here. Less than 10 minutes right before halftime, if you can get a goal here, you can change not only this first half, you can change your halftime locker room, and you make changes on what the start of the second half will be. It's called stealing the halftime locker room. If you can get a goal here for either one of these teams, your demeanor at halftime goes from, boys, we're doing good, to the finger point, and this is what we've got to do better. It can really change the mental aspect of the game.
Oh, we talked a little bit about the Cavaliers season so far. How about Georgia Gwinnett, 10-4 on the year? Just cracked the top 25 for the NSCAA on September 17th. It was the first program at the college to do so in the young history of athletics at Georgia Gwinnett. 5-1, as I mentioned, on the road, 1-0 in a neutral site, and just 4-3 at home. I'm blaming you for that, Matt. You're the jinx.
But by all means, go right ahead.
2-1 against the NAIA top 25 teams this season are the Grizzlies. And I talked to Coach DeCou on Tuesday or Wednesday it was, and boy, he seemed like he really still thinking about that one loss that he had.
There's two that stick out. One is obviously against Reinhardt. An overtime loss was a killer. Reinhardt parked the bus. They put it in drive right when they needed to and literally stole the victory away from the Grizzlies. They would have been very happy, very content with picking up a draw. So a mental mistake that the Grizzlies made, and they've learned from that, and this being the month of October. The other one they're going to wish they had back was against Embry-Riddle at home. Embry-Riddle made the trip from Daytona Beach, Florida, all the way up to the Atlanta metro area, and it was the worst game for the Grizzlies. A lot of cards in that contest. Really didn't play with a lot of mental focus either.
Into the box, Lugo. Now Matute. Matute trying to cross, and that will be cleared out by Io Maeda.
Nothing wrong with a 2-1 loss to Young Harris, the 12th-ranked team in NCAA Division II.
Ball into the box now. This is Figueroa. Figueroa fires, and a good stop by Carvalho there.
You can feel the Grizzlies starting to knock on the door here. They're standing on the front porch. Will Montreat let them in?
Quick corner taken. And trying to give it a run, Milano. Milano in a battle for it. And the defense comes up to help and clear. So Matute will have another throw. Hello to Sam, watching from Newcastle, England. Oh, it's amazing, isn't it, that we can have these kind of conversations with people. Figueroa now will throw.
It's been a busy soccer day for the folks in England already. We were able to watch some Barclays Premier League on the bus on the way over here amongst the guys, too. And so it was heated before it got heated here this afternoon for Georgia Gwinnett, and a lot of obviously international flavors. Guys were watching Madrid and Man U. There's a bunch of games on this morning.
Corner coming up. It will be Lugo who will take it over on the near side of your screen. Yeah, the day's basically over for them now as we get about 9:30 or 10:30?
I have no idea.
I think it's about a 5-hour difference, so the corner goes for naught there. It will be a goal kick upcoming now, or a throw-in upcoming maybe for the Cavaliers here in minute number 40.
Looking forward to chatting with both these coaches here before, or I should say at halftime. Chris, I think Montreat, this has gone to plan for them in terms of a game plan and executing it. Obviously, they would have had to have capitalized on one of their goal-scoring opportunities. But for the Grizzlies, they've made a bunch of adjustments here in the first half, and I think it's going to be even more adjustments for Coach DeCou at halftime.
Well, Jones gave it a look, and a foul is called. And we're going to have a free kick as that foul was called on Montreat. 41st minute now. As Matt mentioned, stick around. We'll hear from both coaches once we get to the half. Georgia Gwinnett knocked on the door a couple of times moments ago, unable to get anything going. We mentioned 2-1 against the top 25 are the Grizzlies, as that ball will go out of play for a goal kick. They beat then number 16 Auburn Montgomery September 11th 1-0. Then they beat number 24 SCAD Savannah 3-2 in extra time 2 days later. Both of those were on the road. Then they lost to then number 12 Young Harris 2-1 on October 9th at home. Overall, Georgia Gwinnett averaging just over 2.2 goals per match while allowing only 16 goals in 14 matches. Jones giving it a run as Allen, the keeper, Sharp, will come up and make the play on the ball.
We've seen Lewis hesitate twice already in his first half. One, he came up with a great save, the best save of the game so far here, and the best goal-scoring opportunity for Montreat. He came out and stopped. I don't know if he stopped on the mark that he wanted to, but seemed hesitant. That opportunity had the one step forward, one step back, and then he comes out and secures the ball. He had DaCosta there to help protect him, but you don't want to see that much hesitation out of your goalkeeper here.
Milano and Matute trying to win it. They do. Rodriguez now over on the far side. This is Burke. Burke, LaBelle closing on him, and LaBelle will clear. Should mention that this is the final home game of the season for Montreat. A lot of seniors playing for the final time at home. Good run into the box by, I believe, Rodriguez. And firing it right at the keeper, Carvalho, though, who makes the play on the ball. Carvalho with a quick throw.
Great sequence there for the Grizzlies. A 1-2 go, kind of lost possession, battled for it, got it back, scored it out to Rodriguez, and he was able to get something on it. Probably wasn't his best touch on frame, but at least provided the threat.
43rd minute, approaching the 44th minute. It has been a tough go for both of these teams. Georgia Gwinnett with more opportunities for sure, but the defense has held for the Cavaliers.
And other than the penalty kick, I think Montreat has had the best goal-scoring opportunity. So I don't know which way you want to lean that seesaw in direction of who has the advantage here in the first half, but quality first 45 minutes indeed.
A throw on the far side is volleyed and cleared back down the pitch as Lugo hits the deck. That'll be a foul called on the Cavaliers as both players collide.
Martin holding that left leg too. Hopefully that's not the case here. Maybe just got shaken up a little bit because he's definitely trying to recover from a lower extremity injury.
VJ got Hannah from Loganboro, England. Committed the foul there, which will give the Grizzlies a free kick here.
Make a note of that here. The referee carding a Montreat player there. I thought that was a good, hard, strong physical challenge. I didn't think there was anything wrong with that. So maybe the referee trying to control this game a little bit here before halftime.
I don't see this game. This game hasn't shown any signs of getting out of hand where it needs to be controlled, but that is the decision on the field. So it is a yellow card. And the the Grizzlies with a free kick, which will be taken by German Rodriguez, the junior from Honduras. 4 assists on the season. Can maybe put it into the box here and try to get his 5th. That is punched out by the keeper, Carvalho.
Great play there by Carvalho there. No hesitation, goes to its highest point and punches it out of danger.
Blocked back into the box, giving it a run. Matute up top, Milano staying with it. Nifty footwork and firing, an ambitious effort is Morty, I believe. And it was deflected, so they will give the Grizzlies a corner.
Great effort there by Matute. Applied pressure out of the right back, got a deflection, got at his feet, didn't panic, hustled for the ball, got it to a teammate, and you're able to get that shot off.
So Lugo will take the corner. Ball into the box, headed out. McFarland on the header. Still trouble, though. Rodriguez on the far side, and that is cleared as we run down things here in the 45th minute. That will be played back to the keeper, Lewis Sharp. Sharp with a booming kick. That is headed back. And with 14 seconds, the Grizzlies trying to make an effort there, but it's cleared again by the Cavaliers. And it looks like that is how the first 45 will come to an end. So nothing decided in the first 45. Georgia Gwinnett maybe with a few more opportunities than Montreat, but Montreat with better effort, I should say. And we remain at 0-0. Well, we're going to talk to the head coach of Montreat, David Knapp, now, and Matt Mahoney will talk to David here in just a moment as we get them all set up and ready to go. So once again, your score at halftime, it's Montreat 0 and Georgia Gwinnett 0. And here's Matt now with head coach of Montreat, David Knapp.
Coach, first half tied 0-0. How did it go in your eyes? Happy, satisfied, content, or disappointed?
I thought we started out pretty strong, Dan. Georgia Gwinnett certainly brought some very strong subs in towards the end of the half. At the end of the day, though, fortunate not to give up that penalty kick off the crossbar, but honestly, we just need to sharpen up technically on our end as far as executing our passes in the final third.
What are you looking for, adjustments at halftime?
Adjustments, I'm looking for us to shore up ourselves defensively. They've got some dynamic movement as far as slicing across the field. We're going to have to get a better communication to sort that out. And then just movements off the ball when we're on possession as far as getting help to the guys as they enter our final third to get a better penetrating pass and get a better chance to score a goal.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Chris, back to you.
All right, once again, your score at halftime, we are tied up at 0-0. The Grizzlies and Cavaliers. Stick around. We'll be back with halftime highlights and much, much more. You're watching NSCAA TV Game of the Week presented by Turbo Sports and Admiral Soccer.
Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.com/education.
Hello, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Our administrators, coaches, and staff are proud to be one of the newest members in the NAIA. We aim to uphold the NAIA Champions of Character principles by promoting a positive climate for growth while fostering relationships within Georgia Gwinnett College, Lawrenceville, and Gwinnett County. In addition, we embrace our core values for the Grizzly Athletic Department: sportsmanship, leadership, service, responsibility, and pursuing excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. Go Grizzlies!
The broadcast of this match presented by Turbo Sports Group Productions, innovative sports development. This game is a part of the 2013 Turbo National Game of the Week series that is presented by the NSCAA as well as our friends at Admiral Sports. Well, we get late here in this 2013 campaign. Several more broadcasts are coming up, including Columbia at Hannibal Grange. That will be later today. Actually, that's occurring right now, so you can watch that one as well. Like I said, flip back and forth. Also coming up on Wednesday, October 30th at 1, and then again at 3:30 p.m. It's a doubleheader. Against it will be Millersville, taking on Slippery Rock. That's a NCAA Division II matchup. And then coming up on Friday, November 1st at 8 p.m., it will be Division III action in the NCAA as North Park takes on Wheaton, Illinois. So several more. There'll be more broadcasts coming up after that as well. Well, these are the look at the national rankings for Division III. These rankings brought to you by our friends at Continental Tire, and you can see it is Cal at number 1, followed by Notre Dame, Washington, UCLA, and CSU Northridge, and that's Division I, obviously, folks, not Division III. And those rankings coming out on Tuesday. This is Division II. You can see, again, our friends Continental Tire college rankings. LIU Post is number 1, followed by Rollins, Young Harris, Simon Fraser, and Lindenwood. And in Division III, you see Ohio Wesleyan at 16-0 up at the top, followed by Amherst, Messiah, Rutgers, Camden, and Stevens Institute of Technology. So looking at the NAIA in the top 10, Rio Grande is at number 1 at 11-1-2 overall on the season, followed by Grandview, Lindsey Wilson, Benedictine, and Ashford. That's the top 5, and you can see 6 through 10 there on your screen. And once again, those rankings brought to you by our friends at Continental Tire, and we thank them for their support all season long. Once again, your score, it's Montreat 0 and Georgia Gwinnett 0. We'll take a quick break and come back with first half highlights right after this. Welcome back to halftime, everybody. All level at 0-0. Montreat and Georgia Gwinnett battling to a draw after 45 minutes of action. Chris Sheeman and Matt Mahoney here with you. And Matt, time to take a look at some first half stats here momentarily.
Yeah, for a 0-0 contest, a lot of emotion, a lot of intensity here in the first half here, and obviously it was Montreat that had their first opportunity. Lewis Sharp comes up with a huge save here as the keeper continues to ooze with confidence as it continues, and then Georgia Gwinnett gets a break with a penalty kick in about the 15th minute or so, but Renee Anang's first attempt makes the back of the net, but the referee nullifies it, cancels it, and Renee gets a do-over. Keeper guesses right. Anang hits the crossbar right on the screws, and the score remained scoreless. Later on in the contest, Georgia Gwinnett gets another opportunity. The ball played toward the penalty area. Good right foot there, but even a better save, probably the best save of the day so far for Montreat's goalkeeper and Carvalho. And then later on in the first half, a ball to the far side. Sharp comes out, holds his spot, and allows the shot to sail up and over the crossbar. About the 32nd minute, a free kick opportunity comes up empty-handed for Montreat. And then Georgia Gwinnett has another excellent goal-scoring opportunity off the left foot of Martin Logo. Just goes wide of the post. And again, that score is still 0-0 here at halftime. GGC has had a couple of opportunities, but nothing real threatening here right before halftime.
So Matt Mahoney will talk with head coach Steve DeCoux and get his thoughts on the first half here coming up in just a couple of moments. Folks, I want to remind you that you can chat with us on Twitter. Just use the hashtag NSCAATV, and you can tell us where you're watching from. And we got a little backed up on our tweets, so we want to get to those and say hello to Marcia, who's watching in Lauderdale, Florida, Roscoe, who is tweeting from England, and I think that's everybody. So here we go into the second half as we're underway. Boy, that kind of snuck up on us there, and unfortunately that means we won't have a chance to talk to head coach Steve DeCoux. And Matt, you have some first half stats for us.
Yeah, first half stats look at something like this. Score is 0-0 here. In total, Georgia Gwinnett's able to use 15 players in the first half. Meanwhile, Montreat only able to use 13. Lewis Sharp was able to pick up a one save in the first half. Montreat only had one shot on goal. However, the Grizzlies had 6 shots on goal, and Carvalho had all 6 saves. Shots in total, Georgia Gwinnett 12, Montreat 2.
All right, we are going to talk with Coach DeCoux. Coach, give us your thoughts on the first half and what you're looking for here in the final 45.
We started extremely slow, not happy with it. But as the half went on, made some personnel changes, and I thought we really got into the game. Obviously, scoring, having those 6 opportunities. I heard you guys talking about, but we got to do a better job. We got to do a better job finishing, and so we don't create those chances. It's going to be a longer day, but hopefully get on the good end of 1 or 2.
All right, Coach. Thanks for your time.
Guys.
Good luck.
Yep, bye.
That was an effort by Lewis Jones that went just wide right, so it's a goal kick right now for the Grizzlies.
Corner kicks 2-2, even fouls 9 for Montreat, 3 for Georgia Gwinnett. A yellow card for each team. Georgia Gwinnett offsides 3 times, Montreat 0.
And a special thanks to Coach DeCoux for spending a couple of moments with us, as well as Coach Knapp earlier as we went into the half. So the Grizzlies now trying to make something happen for their first opportunity here in the second half after a nice effort by Lewis Jones. Jones from Liverpool, the freshman, has 5 goals and 3 assists on the season and almost had goal number 6 right there. Right now it's going to be a corner for Lugo and the Grizzlies. So Lugo will take the corner over on the far side. Ball into the box. That is headed out, and before the header we had a foul call, which will give Montreat a free kick.
Chris, getting conflicting reports, still not sure, and I should probably move past this and move beyond it, but what I know I'll share with everybody here is we've had two different stories of what happened on the penalty kick. One says a phantom whistle occurred, maybe a whistle from the stands or the parents or, a coach trying to get somebody's attention. That's what started Renee. And then the second story I've been heard that it was a GGC player that entered the box too early on the penalty kick. Now, from what I understand, that is a penalty toward GGC, and you would not get a second chance to attempt that penalty kick. So, still not exactly sure what the story is with the penalty. The penalty, obviously, a mental mistake made on a couple of different people's parts, but nonetheless, a scoreless contest. And you only hope, Chris, that's not going to determine the outcome of this game one way or the other. Well,
I think both teams have knocked on the door and had opportunities enough where we're going to see something go into the back of the net here this afternoon. It's interesting for the Cavaliers. They've really had a roster makeover this year. We talked to their athletic director, Mr. Jackson, who talked about the ups and downs of the program. Now, newcomers have scored 19 of the 24 goals this season for Montreat. They also have 17 of the team's assists. So it's been newcomers for Montreat all year long, and you're not really a newcomer anymore, Matt, at this time of the year, but still making their mark on the program.
Yeah, it's definitely at the point of the season when your freshmen have to play like sophomores, your sophomores have to act like juniors, and your juniors must lead like seniors. And so that difference in how you can mature and how you develop at this point of the season could be the difference between one and done in a conference tournament or perhaps winning a championship.
McFarland, now this is Alves over on the far side, ball into the box, but that will go out of play for a goal kick.
I tell you what we have not mentioned is the absence of Rude Gold. Top of the broadcast, we talked about him not being in the starting lineup. But what probably the Grizzlies miss most is that firm voice that you have from the back, organizing thing. Lewis does a great job of it. Alex is a great player as well, and he can give instructions and make sure everybody's doing their job. But it's that Grohl, that Rude Grohl verbal. It's almost an attack, but he's giving instructions. And so I think the Grizzlies have missed that here in this contest, Rude's leadership ability from the back vocally.
There's nothing better, and depending on where you're watching from, you call it soccer, you call it football, whatever you call it, there's nothing better than a great defender. In my mind, in this game, it is absolutely fun to watch because they get into players' heads like nobody can. And opponents and teams, and their own team. You mentioned communication is such an important factor out on the pitch, and Rude unable to go today. He has 4 goals from the defender spot on just 5 shots on goal, so when he does get his opportunities, he makes the most of them.
And that's from all the set pieces. Him and Alex both go up on corner kicks. They both go up on free kicks. And so that's kind of an unsung part of his game is that will be missed here. But definitely his communication has been missed here without a doubt. And I think to piggyback that thought there, Chris, it's a pleasure to see quality defenders because it's almost a lost art. Every kid that grows up playing soccer, what do they want to do? They want to score goals. They want to put penalty. They want to take penalty kicks and headers. The art of defending is somewhat a rarity. So when you do get those gifts, it is a beautiful thing.
Well, Geraldo was trying to make something happen now. Morty with a run. Morty top of the box, into the box, but runs out of room. Actually lost the ball, and it's taken by God Hanna. Now Figueroa trying to make something happen. This is Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to put it into the box. Gets it to Morty. Rodriguez now leaving it for Geraldo. This is Lugo. DaCosta. Lugo again. And the defense holding firm for Montreat. That was a nice play by Urza White there. That ball's going to get out of play. It will be a throw.
That's the adjustment Coach DeCou's talking about right there. The Grizzlies possess the ball into the attacking third, and 10 Montreat defenders are behind the ball. They're really packing things in, taking away the speed of the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies must find the creases, give and goes. Beat one defender, look for a pass. Beat a second defender, look for a shot. And that's what Coach DeCou's looking for here in the second half. Montreat's doing a fantastic job of staying sound defensively, and as the Grizzlies continue to push forward and push forward and push forward with the back line, they're susceptible to counterattacks. It's the exact thing we saw from Reinhardt earlier this year.
Well, registration for the 2014 NSCAA convention now open. Join 10,000 of your coaching peers for soccer's biggest party this January 15th through the 19th in Philadelphia. We guarantee you'll learn something new from the world's best clinics and gain new connections. as well by attending one of the networking socials that they have there. You can even get your coaching diplomas during the week. Just visit nscaa.com/convention for all of the details and everything you need to know, Matt.
Great look by German Rodriguez. I think this is going to be the area attack for Coach DeCou and the Grizzlies is, yes, getting forward is going to be important. Let's get the ball as far forward as possible, almost all the way to the end flag. Instead of looking for crosses, let's possess things back toward the 18 and get some of those great shot takers that we have to capitalize on a goal.
Lloyd leaving it now over on the far side. Alves looking again for Lloyd, but left it a little bit wide right, and it's taken back now by Morrison. Morty. Now Geraldo at center circle for the Grizzlies. We are in the 54th minute, and we are still at 0-0. And the flag is up for offside there.
Soko can't believe it, but it's true. He worked so hard on that give and go, and just a hair late on the give and go from Rodriguez. Everybody will get on the same page there.
Matt, I'm about half blind with the sun in my face, and that little corner has shade, so I can't see that corner. So you keep the folks posted. You let them know what's going on, because I don't know what's going on.
I got a little higher perspective. I'll be able to see that side for you.
Maybe somebody will bring me a step stool next broadcast. Going to the short jokes on myself. I can't believe it. Look what you do to me.
You've done that twice now to yourself.
Geraldo and McFarland with the aggressor. That's Neshaw. Neshaw on the near side for White, and that will go out of play. Quick throw up coming for White. LaBelle, and that is cleared out by Georgia Gwinnett. Georgia Gwinnett, as I mentioned, the program, all of their athletics, I believe, Matt, just 18 months old.
Mm-hmm.
They're from Lawrenceville, Georgia, about a half hour from downtown Atlanta. Here comes the ball at Matt Mahoney, and that gets out of play.
I got you,
I ducked. You didn't duck. You stole. I couldn't duck fast enough. You were standing right there.
I was an athlete in my day.
I think you can tell that I was not. If I was, I'd be a defender, though. I wouldn't want to score goals. I want to be on the back line like you talked about. So on the clear, it's a throw for the Cavaliers. LaBelle will take it. Back to LaBelle. And Rodriguez trying to win it. Ball deflected now. Figueroa will chase it down on the far side. Iomeda with that long header. But nothing doing, says Georgia Gwinnett right now. 56th minute. 0-0. And the Grizzlies trying to make something happen here. Burke with a run. Burke had it deflected, keeps it in play on the line. Burke into the box. Burke, nice job staying patient by the striker there. Geraldo now. DaCosta. DaCosta fires it. Oh! What a beautiful save by Carvalho. Lucas Carvalho with the reaction time again.
DaCosta hits this ball right in the heart with his left foot. It bends away from the goalkeeper, and what tremendous focus, again, to come up with a huge save. That ball was netward bound if it was not for the pause of the goalie.
So the corner coming now for Georgia Gwinnett. It will be taken by Geraldo on the near side. 57th minute. Into the box. Looks like Carvalho got his hands on that one, and it's won by Montreat. Now here's a run by White. Urza White leaving it at center circle. And a collision. Ball still up for grabs. It's won by Montreat. Good run by LaBelle now. He's going to get the ball from Jones. LaBelle can cross. Has some opportunities here. Makes a nice move and leaves it now for Jones. Now Neshaw. Jones again. And it's cleared. So every time it looks like Montreat has an opportunity, Georgia Gwinnett closes quickly
Great
And
counterattack by Montreat on the front side of that, but an even better play by Figueroa to deny that counterattack and really allow his green shirts a chance to retreat. And that's been the theme here for Montreat, trying to capitalize on a counterattack, but Georgia Gwinnett's done a good job of getting numbers back and defend.
ball was cleared by Giraldo there. It'll be a throw now for White. Urza White, 3 goals and an assist. Now he gives way to LaBelle. LaBelle with the long throw. That's going to go out of play and give the ball back to Georgia Gwinnett. Substitution now for the Grizzlies. Coming on is Johan Sanchez, the senior from the Dominican Republic.
Burt getting a breather here. This won't be the end of his day. He will most definitely return to this outside wing.
Now here's a good run from Sanchez. Sanchez, and a foul is called, and they're going to give Montreat the free kick.
Tough break there for GGC. Whichever way that whistle was going to go against, it would be a tough break for the person who did not get the call. 2 guys just going hard at it right there.
Owls with a long run over on the far side now. Defense trying to collapse around him, and again, the Grizzlies are there. Was that Joseph or Milano there who won it back?
Joseph.
So Joseph doing a nice job. Now DaCosta on the deflection. Sissoko. And it's won back by the Cavaliers. Jones into the box, but right there is Lewis Sharp, and he makes the play on it.
Haven't seen my fair share of Steve DeCou games. He is still not happy defensively with this team.
Yeah, you can tell when he talked to us how unhappy he was, but I think the defense has played pretty well. But
the problem is they haven't been playing to Coach DeCou's par, and they've been getting away with that. And so when that's the mentality of your defense, to not be 100% focused, I'll let this slide, I'll let that slide, those chances will mount, and Montreat will capitalize on it without a doubt. And so Coach DeCou needs an intensity level to another level out of his defense right now to get things back solidified in the back so the Grizzlies can get forward.
Well, Montreat with an opportunity now on a set piece here in 61st minute. It will be taken by McFarland.
Circle number 6 to the far side for Montreat Conzelli's really big target.
Ball into the box and headed out by the Grizzlies, trying to keep it in play, Joseph, and that is cleared well out of play. So Montreat with a throw on the far side.
Almost hit the bus.
It's volleyed into the box. DaCosta is there, and DaCosta will win it as Figueroa, I believe, clears. So over on the far side, Georgia Gwinnett with possession. Sissoko now on the near side. DaCosta. Giraldo. Rodriguez gave it a look, but it's won back by Montreat. This is McFarland.
I'd have to believe, Chris, the longer the second half goes scoreless, advantage Montreat, because they've played in so many close games this season. Wins and losses have been decided by 1 goal for the Cavaliers. That experience provides to their advantage the longer this game goes on at 0-0.
Folks, once again, you can give us a shout out on Twitter. Just use the hashtag NSCAATV to say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. I know we have 18 different nations represented out on the pitch this afternoon and as we get into this early evening. So wherever you're watching from, Jim has a correction for us. It's Ezra White, not Urza. So my apologies, Jim, as Ezra's played himself a fine game so far today. And Montreat now winning a corner. So it will be Jones on the far side to take the corner here in the 63rd minute.
Grizzlies weren't happy with that call. Got to regroup, get refocused, and get reorganized really quickly here.
Both of these teams have a lot of balance in their roster. We'll talk about that here shortly. Ball into the box, punched out by Sharp. Still opportunity for Montreat, though. Ball deflected to McFarland, and that ball is into the shrubbery.
With time and experience, you would love to see Lewis catch that ball. I know he knows he's in traffic. I know he knows he's got to get that ball out from the teeth of the goal there, but would really love to see Lewis rise high and catch that ball here.
We have substitutions now for the Grizzlies coming on. Rene Anang, the Cameroon star, as coming off is Stuart Morrison.
Interesting move here by Coach DeCool. It looks like Anang will play center back next to Alex Joseph as Morrison comes off. Rene has now been tabbed in about every position on the season. He's been center back now. He's been a midfielder. He's been a striker up top as well. And so we'll see what the adjustment is made here for the Grizzlies. Anang in somewhat of a new territory this season because of injuries.
Allen trying to make something happen over on the far side for the Cavaliers. And it's won by Iomeda. They called a foul, it looks like.
Might have been a little bit of a makeup call earlier from down here. Two players going at it. Referee blew the whistle, pointed in Montreat's direction. I think same situation there. I think referee just kind of made both coaches happy now, or maybe made both of them mad, but even things up on the 50-50 call there.
So a free kick, and Georgia Gwinnett with possession now as DaCosta has it go out of play right into our camera.
You know why that happened?
Did we get that shot?
A result of a bad hop, a bad first touch there by DaCosta, and that's just some of the conditions that we're in right now, and you're seeing those effects.
Executive producer Chase Neidig almost bought himself a new camera after that collision. Well, we are in the 65th minute, still tied at 0-0. As both of these teams looking to take advantage of their opportunities. Joining me now is John Sullivan. Mr. Sullivan is the commissioner of the Appalachian Athletic Conference. And, John, thanks for being with us here today.
Great to be with you, Chris.
Super
match, isn't it?
Yeah, so far so
Excellent.
good. Both of these teams playing strong. Give us your thoughts about the first 65 minutes or so.
I think they're pretty evenly matched. So just thinking that, here's a team here at Montreat with a 44-year tradition and a team coming out, a second-year team. It's amazing what Gwinnett has done. I congratulate them. They really put together a great coaching staff and great group of guys here, and they're a credit to the NAI.
Well, the Appalachian Athletic Conference based right here in Asheville or in western North Carolina, I guess, because we're in Black Mountain right now. But
Right.
Tell us a little bit about the conference that Montreat is a part of.
Well, Montreat has been in the conference for a number of years now, and we have 12 institutions spread through 6 states. And one of those 12 is women's only in Columbia, so we have 11 men's teams and 12 men's teams on the soccer side. We sponsor 15 sports, 15 championships, and we're continuing to grow. It's a great conference and some great institutions.
A busy time of the year, my favorite time of the year, when you have the fall sports getting into championship season, and then the winter sports starting up at around the same time. So not a lot of sleep for the old commissioner.
Yeah,
right
the
now.
commissioner stays pretty busy, and I do a lot of traveling too, just to visit with prospective schools and presidents and ADs, and then of course to visit with all of our institutions. We are. I don't know. I guess we're certainly fortunate that we're sponsoring 5 of our championship tournaments now up in Kingsport. The Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau does a great job for us up there, and we moved men's and women's basketball there last year, and we'll be there for a number of years. They do a great job. But soccer is one of those where we do highest seed for our championships, and there is some talk about looking for a neutral site. I don't know. We may do that, but coaches right at this point anyway favor higher seed.
Free kick upcoming right now for Georgia Gwinnett. It'll be taken by Lugo over on the far side of your screen. The ball into the box. It's headed by Inang, but headed it the wrong way out of play for a goal kick. So you have this national stage now that Montreat's on here with this broadcast today. Tell us a little bit about what that means to your conference.
Well, we appreciate very much what you all are doing here in providing these national games of the week for the NAI and certainly for our conference. We play great soccer in the NAI, and a lot of people don't know about that. My last count, the NAI puts more players into the pros than the NCAA, and of course we have quite a few less players than in the NCAA. So we're very, very pleased to have the opportunity to get some national exposure and national exposure for our league and for the NAI.
Evan Allen has come on. You see the touch there for him for Montreat. And what is your conference doing to kind of keep up with the changing landscape and adding to your own digital broadcast and coverage as well?
Yeah, boy, that provides some great opportunities, doesn't it? We established the AAC Digital Network last year, and so we are broadcasting, live streaming all of our home games in every sport now, virtually. I know Montreat is doing theirs in HD, and we've been very pleased with that this year. It's turned out quite well. As a first-year effort last year, it kind of ranged from one low-res camera on a game to, somebody like our friends at Union College, where Matt was, had probably the premier program in the league, and everybody's trying to catch up with Matt. But that's made a huge difference.
Sail out of play. It'll be a throw-up coming from Montreat here in the 68th minute. Still level at 0-0. The commissioner of the Appalachian Athletic Conference, John Sullivan, joining me. And, if you ever need a broadcaster, I'm right down the street.
I heard you are. I'm glad to know that.
I will make my pitch right now. I have no problem being shameless in my self-promotion.
I'll tell you, I very much appreciate hearing that. Rudy told me that a little bit earlier today, and you're on my list.
I'll tell you, Rudy is my second best salesman right after me.
Yeah, Rudy does a good job. Don't let me get out of here without getting your contact information.
We're talking about Rudy, of course, the assistant coach here at Montreat, who puts together some of the broadcast and a lot of the game notes and things that you see on MontreatCavaliers.com. So, we've seen, and, we've seen it at the bigger level at the NCAA and the D1 conferences, moving, changing teams, changing programs, institutions coming and going. And when that happens up there, it trickles down and it finds its way down to the NAIA and to the junior colleges and all of that gets mixed in.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about, the changing landscape of college sports and what that means to your conference. What do you do?
Well, I think we keep doing the things that we're doing, and that is that we've got a conference that has some very, very high-quality athletic play across, as I said, 15 different championship sports. We're adding sports. I think probably the next sports that we'll bring on will be men's and women's lacrosse. It's just, as you well know, it's continuing to grow.
Yeah, that sport seems to be really catching on among institutions really all over the nation. It's a fun sport to watch, and it's a fun sport to play and to broadcast as well.
Yeah. We are, one of the directions that my presidents want to go in is to get to a point where we can go and break into two divisions, whether it be north-south or east-west, I don't know. So I need to recruit a few more schools to get to that point. But that's what we're working on. I'd like to get somewhere probably around 16 schools. We're at 12 now, and I think I may have a couple applications for this next year. We'll see.
Being based out of Asheville, I have to think it's a good – I moved here in part because it's a good central location. You can get places quickly, so that has to be probably a draw for teams and institutions, I should say, as well.
Yeah, if you look at our conference map, Asheville is just about the center of the conference, and I want to build a little bit more to the east. We've got St. Andrews sitting out there to the far east. I'd like to fill in a little bit.
This is a good run by Giraldo. Now Lugo leaves it for Sissoko. Sissoko with a move into the box, and that will be cleared. Again, the Montreat defense holds firm. So, John, if anybody wants to know more about the Appalachian Athletic Conference, you want to tell the folks where they can go to find that.
Right. Probably the best source would be our website, aacsports.com, aacsports.com, and we would love to have people plug in there and check out our events. We're going to be, all of our championships also this year will be live streamed, and invite folks to get in there and take a look at it.
All right, so lots of good things happening in the AAC. Mr. Commissioner, we thank you for giving us some of your time, and tell Mahoney it's time to get back to work
Thank
now.
you, Chris. We'll get the real pro on here now.
John Sullivan, the commissioner with the Appalachian Athletic Conference, joining me. We are in minute 72 here. Still at 0-0. Neither team able to break one yet, Matt, but
We're real impressed with obviously being at Union the last 5 years and building the Bulldog Sports Network. Great shout out for him, by the way. I appreciate that, and I know Jay and John are doing a good job down there at Union keeping that going. So really appreciate the kind words there from John. But fantastic job he's done as well, expanding the conference, providing more members, providing more postseason opportunities for the original members here in the AAC. And probably the most impressive thing, if I may, Chris, this is the original AAC, the Appalachian Athletic Conference, not that all-American stuff that was the Big East, and they can't figure out if they want the private schools, not want the private schools. Do we want to play football? Do we not want to play basketball? The original AAC. The original AAC Sports website, John Sullivan and Company.
take a little shot at the big boys. Huh?
Absolutely.
Are you?
Cut them at the knees.
Yeah, that conference shake-up stuff.
It's all about chasing money, Chris.
It's created a whole bunch of awkward matchups.
All for $1 too. Yeah. Everybody's making money and everybody wants a piece of that pot.
I really enjoyed getting to know the people in the NAIA. We've gotten to know a lot of the executives through the softball tournaments that you and I worked last year, and I worked the year before, and you do a lot of the soccer. And the NAIA, you know, for what a lot of people say about the advantages of being an NCAA member, the NAIA brings it. And they do it unassuming. They don't brag about it. They're not shoving it in your face. They do things well, and they do it with a certain level of professionalism.
And probably the lesson I've learned more than anything else from the NAIA initiative, Champions of Character, they stay true to themselves and they do it well. They don't try to be something they're not. They don't try to be anybody else. They don't emulate another organization from a national collegiate landscape. They are very good at what they do, and they stay strong to their strengths, and that's very important in promoting the student-athlete experience and the Champions of Character initiative and building character, which is probably more important than any win any one of these kids could have moving over the next after 4 years of being eligible and playing college ball.
Andres Milano coming back into the match, as it will be Juan Geraldo to get a breather as we get late inside this match. And when you think about the NSCAA as well, a lot of the people watching from overseas or across the pond, as they say. I can't do the accent well enough, but across the pond, wherever you're watching us from. This NSCAA, if you don't know a lot about it, they are the largest institution of their kind in the world. I think it's something over 40,000 members, and what a job they do to ingrain coaches and help coaches and give coaches the tools that they need. I was looking up their president list, Matt. I actually know one of their presidents, one of the old-time presidents from my days at Bowling Green, Mickey Cochran, who is a soccer legend who would never admit it.
Absolutely. And I think what's probably – maybe some realize it, maybe some don't. Handball there by DaCosta.
Yeah, absolutely.
Called by the official.
Free kick.
What people don't probably realize is there's some negative publicities around the C word, concussions with some of the other sports in America. And look around from a global standpoint, nobody else plays football. Nobody else plays American football, NFL, college. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and rightfully so it is. But if this concussion stuff continues to keep shaping wind, and now this generation of mothers don't allow the next generation of their kids to play football, to be exposed to that sort of stuff, guess what's going to boom? That $40,000 membership for the NSCAA is going to skyrocket if that's the case. And what do you know? America will be like the rest of the world and play the world's greatest sport.
McFarland will take the free kick now for the Cavaliers. That ball goes into the box, and it's headed out immediately by DaCosta. And an effort from, about 35 yards out by Alves goes wanting, and an easy play for Lewis Sharp.
Right idea there by Alves. Settles with one touch, fires with the other, gets deflected in traffic, and Sharp comes up with a save.
And, soccer or football, world football, has had its problems with concussions too, but they've handled it. They've owned it. And I remember being at a D2 school and broadcasting one of the soccer matches, and one of the players kind of frustrated that she couldn't get back out there. She wanted to be back out there. She felt fine, but the precautions are there in soccer. That ball is off the fingertips of Carvalho there, so
right idea by Sanchez. Posts up with his back to the goal there, shields off the defender, gets the ball on his predominant right foot there, and puts something on frame.
You can see the replay as they get set for the corner on your screen, as it was an ambitious effort by Sanchez. And Carvalho has been there. We'll see what he can do on this corner coming from the far side. That's headed up by the defender, McFarland. And it will be a free kick upcoming for Montreat on the foul.
Yeah, they're going to whistle, I believe, Geraldo there, perhaps Mordi into the box. Kind of tasseling with the goalkeeper. Somewhat non-existent as the ball traveled up and over the post. Perhaps you might have got another corner kick out of it at GDC instead of an extended goal kick by Montreat.
A throw up coming now for the Grizzlies over on the far side. I wanted to get to it. We haven't had a chance yet, but let's do it now. The balanced attack for both of these teams. For the Grizzlies, you have 5 players with at least 4 goals this season, and that is a trip by Nishaw that will give a free kick to the Grizzlies. And for Montreat, 14 players have scored at least one time this season.
That's good for both these coaches, not knowing in terms of your opponent preparing for you, not knowing where that goal-scoring opportunity is going to come from. Coaches spend a lot of time on scouting reports and educating their players, and it can sometimes only confuse the players when you have such a balanced attack like that.
So it will be a free kick now for Rodriguez, and we get into the 79th minute, It's time to start thinking about taking advantage of some of these set pieces. A low ball into the box, played by Lugo, and cleared by the Cavaliers.
Rodriguez was looking on frame there all the way there, and a secondary wall for Montreat set up very nicely and deflected that one away.
It was cleared on the most recent effort, so another throw upcoming. Milano will fire it. Boy, Milano.
He'll pull it from anywhere. That one might have been a little bit more frustration than anything else, knowing we've played almost 80 minutes of this contest and the Grizzlies just can't kick in that front door.
We talked about it if you're just joining us. All but one of Montreat's matches have been decided by 2 goals or less, and they've lost 6 matches this season against a 6-1 win and draw mark. But they lost those 6 matches all by 1 goal.
There's no more excuses left now, Chris. Absolutely, Montreat probably has the advantage playing in these close games as this game continues to be scoreless into the 80th plus minute here. Both these teams have had some experience here with the ball at their feet, with fantastic first touches. They understand how this game is going to be played here. The sun, if we go to overtime, Chris, may start to trickle behind the tree line.
I can't wait for that to happen.
Making things a little bit cooler. But other than that here, this is a matter of who can make the adjustments here on the field. Coaches are no longer a part of this game.
Sanchez now the cross by Burke into the box. That's going to be headed out again by the Cavaliers, and another firing shot that is off the fingertips of Carvalho. And Milano trying to make something happen again.
I believe that one was Rodriguez that time that might have got a one-hopper off the top of the grass there, and fantastic strike for him. Just the ability to keep that ball below the crossbar is very impressive, and the fact that it was remotely on frame makes it even that much more special.
Corner upcoming. Ball into the box again. It's headed out by the Cavaliers. Still trouble. On the cross, it's headed into the back of the net. And it's Milano. Andres Milano.
Actually, Alex Joseph was the guy on the back post there that put that one home for the Grizzlies.
Excuse me, Joseph. I got 8 and 6 confused, but Joseph puts it in the back of the net, and the Miami, Florida senior scores for the first time this season and gives the Grizzlies a major advantage here in the 81st minute.
Joseph alongside Rude Gold. Both of them go forward on all set pieces for GGC. Rude obviously not playing here today, and so Joseph gets the glory off a secondary header. It was more D on the backside that put together a secondary cross that came in toward the box. It hit once. Joseph was there on the back post to clean up for the Grizzlies here in the 81st minute. That Lauderdale faithful on Twitter, Chris, that's Alex's following.
Well, there you go. You folks can celebrate, and we'll see now if the Grizzlies can hang on, or does Montreat have a goal in them. Montreat's going to have to take more chances now. Over on the far side, I believe that's God Hanna. Just absolutely cannot see the numbers over there.
I want to make sure something's evidently clear here. Not that Georgia Gwinnett is at a deficit here or a disadvantage, but what's interesting here is the Grizzlies have been on the attack, possessing. Now all of a sudden they got to survive for 9 minutes and be sound defensively, protect a 1-0 lead here, and sometimes that can be tough for an 18 and 19-year-old moving forward, changing their mental capacity in such a quick amount of time as the table turns from being a cutthroat 0-0 game to now having the advantage. You've really got to change your mentality and how you've played this game for over 80 minutes.
Well, youth clubs and players want to be noticed by the top college programs, and the NSCAA can help through its partnership with Elite Tournament. NCAA College Showcase connects you with college coaches so you can show off your talents. Clubs, players, and college coaches can find more information at nscaa.com/events. You see it right there on your screen. So Montreat going forward now. This is Iomeda. Iomeda runs out of room as that's cleared out of play. Iobame Iomeda, the senior from Nigeria. 3 goals in his career, 1 this season, as he will throw in for the Cavaliers. Lewis Sharp looking for the clean sheet today. As we go inside the 83rd minute now, it's won back by Georgia Gwinnett. And a miscommunication, I believe, there by the Grizzlies. That goes all the way back to the keeper. Grizzlies still applying some pressure here as LaBelle facing Burke.
For Montreat here, not enough time left in this game for the Grizzlies. That clock cannot run fast enough.
That ball was almost a handball right over by us. Kept alive, though. As Lugo on the volley, that ball goes out of play. You see the clock ticking on your screen, 6:40 and counting. As Montreat trying to go quick. And
talking about that mentality that you have to change. There's Renee Anang, who's traditionally a midfielder, has played forward at times, playing center back right there, gets the ball at his feet, and his instinct is to go forward. A defender's instinct would be possess that ball and keep it on your side of the field, even if it's lateral. So there's one of the things to look out for there, especially somebody in the back makes a run forward. That's where the Grizzlies can be susceptible to Montreat's equalizer.
Iomeda trying to run the ball down. It's cleared out by Joseph.
I tell you, your guy there, Udame, has just done a great job of coming out of the back, out of the left back position, and getting forward. He's created 2 chances for Montreat in the last 2 minutes as he'll continue to put the offensive pressure forward.
Alves now for the Cavaliers, and he runs out of room. Again, good defense by Georgia Gwinnett there. Now some space to work with for Sanchez. And Sanchez closing quickly on him is Nishaw, and it looks like they're going to call a foul on the Cavaliers.
Coach Taku screaming to the Costa, and this is funny to me, Chris, and I don't know, nobody else will find this funny. Coach DeCou is telling the back four, keep tight, keep your defensive assignments here. And the reason Coach DeCou has to say that is because Rude Grohl is not in the game. Rude would have been screaming that over the last 10 minutes with a 1-0 lead here. And so in the absence of Rude, that's the voice we were talking about the Grizzlies were missing here in this game.
Well, that ball goes out of play. It's a goal kick upcoming for the keeper, Carvalho. Montreat patient with it, but they got to go forward here. They're going to need more opportunities, and that's headed by Joseph. So Joseph, as of right now, a game-winning goal, his first goal of the season on the header in the box. Cavaliers now trying to make something happen. Jones sliding in, good defense from Figueroa. Now here's a run by Burke on the near side of your screen. Grizzlies in no hurry, Matt. Happy to pass it around and run as much time as possible.
Textbook possession with a 1-0 lead here for the Grizzlies. That ball has covered about 140 yards with 6 successful passes for the Grizzlies from one side of the field all the way to the back line, all the way down to the right side here, and they've just continued to melt this clock away in superb fashion.
Well, I mentioned this is the final home match of the season for Montreat. They'll finish on the road Saturday at Union at 3 p.m. As that ball goes into the box, no trouble for Carvalho there.
For Montreat, looks like they're going to stare their third loss in their last 4 games here. Not the place you want to be here for Coach Knapp moving into conference play, but Montreat will have the ability to hang their hat after already beating top seed Bryan earlier this season. So anything is fair game in the AAC. By no means a win, lose, or draw here today for Montreat is the end of their season.
That's going to be an interesting tournament, which is coming up in the middle of November, right before Thanksgiving. Now Montreat with possession again. Boy, communication not there, and the passing almost suffered because of it. Montreat able to keep it alive, though. Got Hannah. Iomeda over on the far side, back to Godhana. Ball down, and it's headed again by Joseph. So Joseph looking to protect that goal. He scored. And it will be a throw-up coming now for Montreat. For Georgia Gwinnett, they'll head to Cumberland on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Then they'll be at home against SCAD on Saturday at 2. Then they'll host the Independent Institutions Tournament on November 15th and 16th. You going to be broadcasting that?
I will have about 6 games in 2 days.
Here's the ball into the box. The keeper comes out. The ball is left, and nobody gets to it in time. And the keeper, Lewis Sharp, giving a big hug to DaCosta there as he saved the day.
The second time this season, DaCosta has peeled back behind his goalkeeper and allowed the game-tying goal to be knocked away off his foot. Fantastic ability by DaCosta to save this game. Not out of the woods yet.
Montreat with the corner now. It's headed up by Godhana. Unable to come up with it, and it's cleared now by the Grizzlies.
Lewis comes off his end line there, gets beat, but got to beat DaCosta a second time there. Fantastic
LaBelle
sequence.
Ball into the box. No trouble for Sharp there, Matt.
Absolutely. Just a great turn, a great event there for Montreat. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I believe that was Casanelli that had that opportunity for Montreat. He's been in and around that offense all day, and that's probably the best, second best chance Montreat's had here today. And the GGC defense looking to preserve their 6th shutout of the year.
Well, right now they have it on the side of the pitch that they won it as we get inside the 90th minute. Montreat maybe with 1 or 2 more opportunities if they go quick.
I'll make this quick. One of the NSCA has to change this rule. The official time needs to be kept on the field with the official. This is not football. This is not hockey. This isn't any other American sport where every other clock counts down to 0. One of the beauties of soccer is you never know when it's going to end. With the clock being kept on the scoreboard, you know precisely how much time is be. And Montreat could be allowed to finish this possession here. They wouldn't have to panic and hurry if the time was kept on the field, the official. This isn't soccer in the 80s.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Matt. But as of right now, and that's across the board, not where it's at right now with soccer in this country, at least. And that is going to go out of play, and it looks like that might do it.
And there would be some urgency for Montreat right now if they didn't know how much time was left in the game. But since there's only 15 seconds left, the Grizzlies are going to take their time here to try to throw this ball in. It's just they have to change this.
I also want to see the clock go up.
Thank you and me both, brother.
I mean, that's real football.
Thank you.
So 7 seconds left to go. Ball in that corner, and the clock is going to run out. It's another one-goal loss for Montreat. The Cavaliers fall to 6-7-1 as Georgia Gwinnett gets yet another road victory, their 6th in 7 tries, and they win their 11th of the season, winning it 1-0 here today.
I believe the word you're looking for, Chris, is the glory goes to the Grizzlies.
Alex Joseph with the goal on the header, the game-winning goal, his first of the season. The senior gives his team an 11-4 record now, and as I mentioned, Montreat now falls to 6-7. Matt, final thoughts for the match?
Obviously, great win for Georgia Gwinnett here. A rare non-conference game for Montreat late in the year here. Hopefully, this prepares them for the conference tournament moving forward here as the Grizzlies, a treacherous month of October here so far with 4 wins already, wrapping up their road trip, as you mentioned, at Cumberland U. And Grizzlies have the ship pointing in the right direction for hosting that AII tournament in November.
Several seniors for Montreat today playing in their final games. Carvalho did a fantastic job in front of the net. The keeper for Montreat from Brazil did a wonderful job today, and Cody Bell, as well as Evan Allen and VJ Godhanna and Jackson, Kuya, Lloyd, as many others, saying goodbye to the home pitch today for Georgia Gwinnett. Meanwhile, as Matt mentioned, they will go to Cumberland and finish this 6-game road trip on the road on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Then they will come home for a senior day of their own against SCAD next Saturday at 2 p.m. Well, the registration for the 2014 NSCAA convention is now open. You can join 10,000 of your coaching peers for soccer's biggest party this January 15th through the 19th in Philly. We guarantee you'll learn something new from the world's best clinics and also gain new connections by attending one of the social networking events that they have there. You can even get your coaching diplomas during the week. Visit nscaa.com/convention. You saw it there on your screen for all of the details. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and give you highlights. Actually, we're going to keep it right here. Well, let's take a break, and then we'll come right back and wrap things up.
Confusion.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Chris Sheeman and Matt Mahoney. Hey, that was a short break. Matt, final thoughts.
Great day for soccer here. Great location for Montreat. We talked to Craig Jackson, the athletic director. Really has a great thing going here at Montreat. Had a chance to chat with John Sullivan, too. Great time to be a part of the AAC here. Tough loss for Montreat, but Coach Knapp in his first year of the program here has already done some things worth, stories worth retelling in his first year. He'll have this team, this program in better shape as the future gets forward here. And again, the Grizzlies come out with another great win as the wins continue to rack up for that squad.
Folks, the NSCAA TV special games of the week are not done yet. As we get late in the season, the games get more and more important. The next game will be Wednesday, October 30th. It will be Millersville against Slippery Rock, a Division II matchup, and that will be coming up on Wednesday. So big thanks to everybody here at Montreat and our folks at Georgia Gwinnett. Mr. Mahoney, always good working with you. Hopefully we'll get to do it again sometime. Thanks to everybody who chatted with us on Twitter. Once again, your final score today, it's Georgia Gwinnett 1 and Montreat 0. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and remember, visit nscaa.com for more on the NSCAA.